Very well.
So, hi everyone, this is Matteo from Codeable, and in this new episode of Changing Lives, we are going to meet with Marius Vetrici, who will share with us his story and experience as a freelancer. But that's not all. In fact, he will also tell us more about working as a Codeable expert, letting us know how this experience, in a way, changes life. So, hey Marius, thank you for joining us in this new episode of Changing Life. We really appreciate it.
Hello, Matteo. Hello, world. And thanks, first of all, Matteo, for for spelling my name correctly. I highly appreciate that.
Yeah, that was not challenging at all. So that was like, easy for me since we, warm up a little before this interview, thanks to you. So I'm really looking forward to knowing more about you and your story, of course. So to get the ball rolling, why don't you start by saying in which part of the world are you right now? Where are you from? And most importantly, how long have you been a freelancer?
Sure. Okay. I'm living in Romania, in Bucharest, in Eastern Europe. It's a really nice country. It's really peaceful and with beautiful sceneries, nice mountains. The seaside is really close. The city is really vibrant.
Okay.
I'm living in Bucharest since 1999, so it's almost 17 years.
Yeah. And how long have you been a freelancer?
I've been freelancing for close to 2 years,
Okay.
and it's a wonderful period of my life.
Well, we'll get to that also
Yes.
with the following question. So, would you mind telling us what do you like about freelancing? I mean, why did you choose to start working by yourself and, of course, gamble on yourself and not ended up in a regular 9 to 5 job?
Well, the idea is that the last time I was employed was in 2003. I worked as a software developer, and ever since I didn't have a 9 to 5 job. It was a kind of salad between personal life and a work life. I don't know what is. It's a challenge to find that balance.
Yes.
However, I enjoy this lifestyle because it gives you a lot of freedom,
Yeah.
flexibility, and at the same time, I have to balance this flexibility and freedom with responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes, as Viktor Frankl, it's one of the famous psychologists said, well, in the United States of America, you have a Statue of Liberty on the east side. Guys, you better build a statue of responsibility on the west side.
Well, this
So
is
it's a nice suggestion. However, in freelancing, if you want to do it the right way, I think you have to balance both sides.
yes, totally agree. But now there's a tough question. Even if you're at the beginning of this interview, I'm gonna ask you like a super tough question right away. Are you ready?
Yeah, please shoot.
Yeah. Okay. So, what does it take to be a good freelancer? And do you think anybody can be one? Just to clarify my question, on top of my head, I think that dealing with clients, for example, is a matter of for many. So, also, if you're not good at planning, for example, as well, you likely face some bumps down the road. So, tell us about it. What does it take to be a good freelancer?
Yes, of course, I will tell you my opinion on this topic. From my perspective, the first and more and foremost thing to be a good freelancer is to be able to manage change. Because as a freelancer, you have to face a lot of change around you. And of course, any change means risk.
Yeah.
And there are risks about clients coming and going, projects, workload. You might be overloaded and then underloaded from week to week, from day to day. You have unexpected issues. You might have technical issues. Basically, you have to make decisions and implement those decisions regarding the change
Yeah.
in your life. Luckily, there is one change and one risk that I don't have to take care of with Codeable, and that is the financial risk, the risk of not being paid. And I'm hugely grateful for Codeable for taking this burden out of my shoulders.
Whoa. And would you mind? This sounds really interesting. Would you mind elaborate this a little more?
Sure. Codeable, for those that don't know, apart from bringing together WordPress experts with customers that need WordPress services, they offer an escrow kind of account and escrow service.
Yeah.
And basically, the client comes up to Codeable, he finds a developer he likes, then he makes a deposit, and those money stay in that escrow account in Codeable until the moment when the client says, I'm okay with the work I receive. From the developer perspective, you know that the money are already paid, they are there, and if you do a good job, you will get paid.
Yeah.
This is a very
Like
important thing.
an insurance, on your deliverables, on your.
Huge thing,
Yeah.
huge. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
I know from past personal experiences, not so fortunate experiences, how
Of
valuable,
course.
how valuable can this.
Okay, thank you for clarifying this. But I also know you're not only a freelancer, you're also a small agency owner. So how cool is that? I mean, would you mind sharing your experience on that? I mean, how were you able to scale from being a freelancer to a small agency owner? What are the challenges involved in this kind of switch?
Interesting question. And actually, I managed to do this switch um, thanks to Codeable. I
Oh,
have to admit that. I have to tell you that. It's because I had so many projects, inquiries, requests coming back to me, and that after 6 months of constantly not being able to answer inquiries, and thanks God for this situation, I just decided that I am able to scale up and I need to scale up. Fortunately, I had another software business during 10 years, another
uh-huh.
software company, and I hope that I made all the possible mistakes that can be made as an entrepreneur. And right now, I started it in a different way. And basically, what does that mean? We have a really clear organizational policy tools for how do we work. And if you think that it's useful, I might even share with you some of the tools that we are using, tools that I've been using as a freelancer too.
Yeah. Yes, please go ahead.
For instance, all our projects we manage with Asana. Uh,
Yes.
One of the big of most important things that we use Asana for, it's not collaboration,
Oh,
but it's for managing our commitments to client. I mean, if I tell a client I'm going to deliver on date X, I put that in Asana always.
uh-huh.
Well, another trick that I'm doing is that I always add 1 or 2 days
Yes.
uh, to our internal estimates, and I basically I give a +2 days to the customer. So it's a kind of
A small trick, just
under under promise over delivery trick,
yes.
which worked because uh, so far clients are happy. 5 stars out of 5. Yay!
Yeah. Congrats.
So then, another very important tool, and now that we are a team, and I have 4 developers on my team so far, and
Oh,
I'm really grateful.
yeah.
This wonderful team, yes. It's Harvest Forecast. It's basically a calendar application specifically tailored for software development services, and basically you can plan your workload in advance.
Okay.
And basically, this tool allows me to mitigate the risk of not having the right load after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What we do is that we take new projects. Clients deposit their money in Codeable escrow. Clients are safe.
Yes.
Clients are okay with that. Their money are safe. At the same time, we tell them, look, we will be able to start on the date X, and we just stick to that, and it works.
Yeah. It sounds like a great workflow. So
Yes, it is.
yes.
Another complementary tool to forecast is Harvest, time tracking and
Yes.
for keeping timesheets. Maybe you've heard of it.
Yes.
This one is really useful when we work on projects that need highly flexibility. And we mostly focus on projects that need our not only technical expertise, projects that need our business expertise. I've personally served more than 700 companies during the last 12 years.
700.
700, yes. And
Oh.
Yes, it's a huge number, and it scares me as well. But
Yeah, it's
at the same time, it makes me happy because every client that I'm talking to, I can really relate to his business goals. I can understand both his business perspective because I was a business owner myself.
yes,
I had this privilege to seeing hundreds of businesses from inside. How do they work from inside their processes? And at the same time, being a technical person, a coder myself, I can speak the coderish language,
yeah,
the language of
yes.
coders. So I see myself more as a translator. And that's why these time tracking sheets are really useful when we approach a project through an agile-based process. Let's say maybe Scrum or another agile-based approach.
Okay, well, that's really a great, story, and that's also a great value because it's a workflow such like yours that you're just explained to me. It's really shows that everything is put in the right place and everything is taken account for. So that's really thank. I really like to thank you because
Welcome. Sharing is caring. It's a
yes,
personal note.
yes, that's it.
Speaking about tools, they will not be they will not be rounded up if were not to speak about the financial part. I mean, budgeting, your expenses, your
Uh-huh.
investment, salaries, taxes. And I'm using You Need a Budget tool. It's YNAB. You
Okay.
Need a Budget. I've tried many of them. However, this tool comes with a set of principles and basically it switched my thinking. And I will share you just one principle out of many they have.
Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
Live every month on last month's incomes. So basically, if the last month we, I don't know, earned X amount of dollars,
Yeah.
this month we will spend as many as we can afford on investment, I don't know, fun stuff
Yeah.
for hardware, etc., as we can afford from the past
The
month.
previous one.
The
Yes.
previous one, yes.
Okay. Yes, it makes sense. I don't know this tool, but yes, it sounds like
Yes.
one super useful. But let's just get back to your main story. So, what made you look
Yes.
for something new in your freelancing life and your entrepreneurial path? In fact, like Codeable. I mean, was there a specific reason, like you didn't like your previous jobs, the way you were working before, or in a way you felt like you were missing something in your professional life?
Yeah, the answer is simple. I was missing coding, and
Okay.
that is because meeting with Codeable family, it's more than a
Yes.
team. Um, I had a I had a sabbatic 1 year
Uh huh.
between the X software business and the Codeable freelance experience.
Okay.
I was a mediator, a conflict mediator for 1 year.
Oh,
Yes, I took the courses, the certification for being a mediator. I took a lot of trainings in communication and conflict handling.
oh,
And
interesting.
yes, and luckily, everything that I've learned there was of great help in being a freelancer and communicating with customers,
Yes.
with fellow workers. So basically, I was missing coding and software, and
Okay.
it was like coming back home. Yes, and
And do,
later on, when I decided to scale up,
yeah.
and I was really happy to see that Codeable shares some of my personal values. And this is one important thing in my opinion that I would like to share with you, Matteo, is that whenever you build up a team, it's very important um, organizational culture that you are building, that you are fostering. And when I speak about organizational culture, I speak about some values, some principles that will guide your work and will guide your decision.
Yeah.
For instance, for us, I choose the people to work with based on four very simple values. The first one is accountability.
Uh huh.
I think it says it all. It's
Yeah.
basically being able to rely upon someone.
Yeah.
And I feel like for us, it's the value one number one. the customers, they rely their businesses, their profits on us. So that's why I choose to work with accountable people, and I do whatever it takes to be accountable. Then it's about integrity, it's about work ethics, it's about do to others what you would like others to do to yourself. And it's really fulfilling to see my testimonials on Codeable, customers that they just say, well, I'm really happy with your work ethic. It confirms that
Yes, your vision.
you have to make some hard decision just to keep being ethic. Sometimes you have to pay some money. You have to buy licenses. You cannot, if you decide to be ethic, you have to buy all the licenses. You have to pay those money.
Of course, yes.
And yes, and I highly encourage all of you that are listening to this video, do that effort to be ethic and to be honest. It will pay hugely in the long run.
Whoa, yes, I so agree with you, my man. Yes.
Yes, and I found on Codeable the same values, and it was like coming home. Then we have two more values. It's about personal growth, which is constantly learning, and last but not least, it's about contribution. It's about being aware that we are part of a bigger family, which is open source community. WordPress is part of that bigger family.
Yes.
And we've taken so much out of that for free, out of that wonderful community, that we are not able to pay it back. So we're just giving it forward. We're paying it forward.
Yes.
This is all about contribution. And again, Codeable, I feel like it is all about this.
Yes. I totally agree. I really don't know what to say, because it's really, overwhelming, all this information that you're sharing with us. It's really, thank you.
That's nothing. It's nothing.
And do you remember how did you hear about Codeable?
Sure, it's simple. My close friend Bogdan Dragomir, he called me, look, this is really nice place to work.
Okay.
You should come and see for yourself. I said, well, I'm a cool mediator. I'm talking to various people, business people, associates, and I make their lives easier. He said, okay, talk to you later. And in 2 months, I called him back. Yes.
And how long have you been a Codeable expert?
Close to 2 years.
2 years?
2 years, yes.
Well,
yes.
Congrats.
Thank you. 200 and something tasks in 2 years, yes, with the help of my wonderful team.
Yes, right. That's an interesting number.
Yes.
And how things are going?
They're going really well. They're going really well. We are really happy with what we have. We have interesting projects, and we have this escrow protection from Codeable. Yes. So yes, it's a good recipe for doing WordPress business.
Okay. And let me ask you this. If you look at your past freelancing life and then you fast forward to today, how things have changed for you? I mean, are they any different?
Oh, well, let me tell you.
Please.
Well, first of all, I managed to earn more and to pay a really good kindergarten to my two boys. I have a 3-year-old and 5-year-old boys.
Whoa. Great news.
And I have a really, really, really good kindergarten, one of the best for them. And it's an important investment that I make.
Of course, yes.
Yes, and then lately I managed to make a mortgage and to make the advance payment.
Oh.
And to buy our own flat in Bucharest here.
Really?
It has a really nice view to a park, and it's really a huge
improvement in your life,
Yes, definitely.
Wow, that's amazing to hear.
Yes. And last but not least is the thing that I'm running this WordPress company right now, which is thanks to Codeable and the projects that I have access to.
Okay, and that's in a way you shared even a lot of stuff that I didn't expect. And
This is the role of these interviews, I
yes,
suppose.
yes, of course, yes, and let me ask you this because so you said, sorry, that you already managed to complete like more than 200 tasks, right?
Yes.
On Codeable. And do you have any preferences on them? I mean, do you prefer working with single clients, like one-shot clients, or recurring ones, a small project, huge project? Do you have any preferences on this?
Yes, yes, indeed. We have actually we take a wide range of tasks. However, we prefer to work on the tasks that we are good at. I mean that we can put our strong points at work, and those are the tasks that are medium to large projects. They are customization projects, integration with various systems projects,
Okay.
those projects that lend themselves to the agile approach. I mean, those types of projects and clients which need a partner more than just a software developer, someone
Yes.
that will start thinking for them and sometimes instead of them, on some important aspects of their business. So those are the projects that we prefer to work on.
Okay. But okay, this is the last question. Even if you already kind of answered it, but it's a ritual, so I really need to ask you this. Kidding,
Okay.
of course. I know some of my other experts like you, after working with us for some time, have been able to buy a motorcycle, travel more, or just improve their freelance business. How about you? Did you do anything like that? Are you planning to do anything like this?
Oh, believe me, I'm more than happy with our apartment.
Uh huh.
I'm really happy,
Yes.
grateful with my software company. I have a wonderful team, um, and we have undergoing projects.
Yes. That's really that's the perfect ending to a great story.
Yeah,
So I think that's enough for today, and it was super interesting hearing your story, Marius. Thank you for sharing it with me, with us, and once again, I would like to thank you very much for spending your time with me and all of us. So I wish you a great day and talk to you soon.
my pleasure. All the
Cheers.
best. Bye.
Bye.
As a freelancer, you have to face a lot of change around you, and of course, any change means risk. Luckily, there is one change and one risk that I don't have to take care of with Codeable, and that is the financial risk, the risk of not being paid. And I'm hugely grateful for Codeable for taking this burden off of my shoulders.